Welcome everybody. Let's get straight into it. I'm going to be talking about Sharpedo and Mega Sharpedo. I personally love Sharpedo. Super sick mon. I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. Sharpedo had a couple of issues. I kind of meshed the Mega and the non-Mega into one. Also, if you're new here, hello, welcome. I implore you, if you are new here, to check the Google Sheet in the description down below. There is a very, very, very detailed guide to all of the move buffs and changes and all of the Pokemon buffs in the description down below. There's also a bunch of other new stuff, like there's 25 plus custom new abilities, which we'll get into because Sharpedo has one of those. And overall, there's just a lot of important information in there you might want to see for yourself if this kind of thing interests you. With that being said, Sharpedo has a lot of awesome buffs here. So I did give the base form, Strong Jaw. The power levels in attack, are very high. So Sharpedo is very strong. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's incredibly powerful now, but nothing insane. It's nothing broken. It's just a really strong Pokemon. It is difficult to get on the field, although you do have stuff like infinite use eject button, parting shot on like over half of the Pokedex, that kind of thing. So you can definitely get your Sharpedo in. Not to mention it does have an immunity to Psychic, so you can also get it in on Psychic moves. But yeah, it's gonna even struggle to take strong resisted hits because of how frail it is, which is, you know, reasonable. That's also why you have items like Focus Sash and other stuff. So, of course, slow parting shot, slow U-turn, and baton pass, etc. But yeah, Strong Jaw is incredible. And then you have Speed Boost, okay, on base Sharpedo as well. Despite that, base Sharpedo is really fast on its own. It doesn't need to rely on Speed Boost anymore like it used to, which is awesome. It's also just overall much stronger. It has much more powerful stab options, many new moves and items. Many new moves and new effects on those moves as well, move bust, etc. And then you have Mega Sharpedo, who is even stronger, really just to keep up with the power of base Sharpedo, because funnily enough, Strong Jaw, Crunch, Life Orb Sharpedo is actually does more damage than Mega Sharpedo. But there's a benefit to using Sheer Force over Strong Jaw. So Sheer Force boosts moves like Liquidation and Wave Crash, and other moves like Takedown, and special sets with like Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb, that kind of thing. Those are boosted by Sheer Force, but they are not boosted by Strong Jaw. Strong Jaw boosts Stab Crunch, Psychic Fangs, and Jagged Fangs, which are 85 base power moves, and then Ice Fang and Poison Fang, which are 75 base power moves. So you essentially have a 128 base power stab option, as well as a Psychic and Rock type coverage room for 128 base power, and Ice and Poison Fang, which are very good coverage, and what is that, 75? 112.5 base power. Sharpedo did get close combat via TM and Gen 8, so I figured throw it on there as well. I've been giving close combat to a lot of other mons anyways, but Takedown is better on Sheer Force sets because Takedown is Sheer Force boosted and only 10 base power weaker, but with Sheer Force it's much stronger. It's up to you though, because it does deal recoil, so, you know, depending on the situation, you'll run either one of those, but that's also very good coverage. Mixed sets are very viable, reason being, with Speed Boost, you don't need any speed investment. So basically, Strong Jaw, Sheer Force sets are going to be running max speed, okay? You're not, or like you're going to speed creep to outspeed certain things. There's also a very detailed speed tier guide in the description down below as well, so you can see that and look at, you know, the new speed tiers. You can see where Sharpedo currently stacks up. It's in a very good spot. So, Sharpedo is hurt by the prevalence of priority moves in the hack, though. For example, First Impression is on like most physical attackers. One First Impression from like anything will completely obliterate Sharpedo, which is definitely a good way to keep it in check. No matter how fast it is, you know, just teach First Impression to your Pokemon, boom, it's dead. So that's definitely something that'll hold it back and keep it from being broken. But it is very powerful. 160 base attack might seem insane. It's not that strong without an item. However, when you consider the item, that's when it gets incredible. The abilities it gets incredible. So Speed Boost is great for mixed sets, and Speed Boost will become the ability Instinct, which is a new ability. I'm sure you already know what this does by now, because if you didn't, then you can always check in the description down below and look at the Google Sheets for yourself. But if you click it, you'll get a little link to the ability guide, and here I have listed Instinct. And what this ability essentially works like download, okay? So Sharpedo switches in, it gets +1 special attack or attack, depending on what the opponent's lower stat is, and that's absolutely insane. When you combine that with Speed Boost, you can really rack up a lot of boosts. So you can, for example, run max special attack and max attack on your Sharpedo, protect on that first turn, or switch it into a Psychic move and get a Speed Boost at the end of the turn. I believe that's how that works. I actually don't know if you get Speed Boost on a switch. I'm pretty sure you do. I'm pretty sure Speed Boost at the end of it. You might not actually. Somebody can check me on that. I'm too lazy to check. I'm pretty sure I've heard something about like ways it can switching and not getting Speed Boost, so I could be wrong. Either way, you do have to give up a moveset for protect, but then you can run max special attack and attack. So base Sharpedo has a very good special attack set of 105 and an incredible attack set of 130. Mega Sharpedo is very good in both, but its attack set is still obviously higher. However, there's some major incentive to run mixed sets or special sets. First and foremost, it has Nasty Plot. It does not get Swords Dance. The only way it has to boost its physical attack is with Power Trip or Skull Bash, which are both really good moves, don't get me wrong, but, you know, Nasty Plot is a lot more consistent. For example, Focus Sash, Speed Boost, Nasty Plot, Sharpedo is a great set for in-game. You know, obviously it's always going to be in-game stuff. This is what this ROM hack is, but, yeah, I misspoke a bit there, but yeah, Focus Sash, Nasty Plot, and then you got Surf. I would not recommend using inaccurate moves on Sharpedo unless you're using a Wide Lens. Wide Lens is buffed to boost by 15%, so moves like Surging Strikes and Wicked Blow, which are now 90% accurate, will become 100%, as well as stuff like Gunk Shot for coverage. I would not recommend using inaccurate moves on Sharpedo, Stone Edge as well, for example. Would not recommend those purely because you're so frail. If you miss, you just fucking die. So I would only ever use those if you need the power boost. For example, that's why Wave Crash is a lot better. Not to mention Wave Crash is stronger than Surging Strikes, and Wave Crash is Sheer Force boosted. But the advantage of Surging Strikes is that it ignores stuff like Intimidate drops, and it hits 3 times. So it, you know, bypasses stuff like Sturdy and Focus Sash. So there's definitely pros and cons to both of them. Yeah, back on topic, Speed Boost with mix sets is incredible. You know, you protect on that first turn, and you can run a mix set with like Sludge Bomb or Ice Beam, with Sheer Force. With Instinct. Another good thing is that you can guarantee you get that a special attack or attack boost, and you can also take great use. You can also make great use of U-turn or Parting Shot with Instinct. And if you're smart about it, you can guarantee that you get a certain boost with your Sharpedo, either attack or special attack. But with 130 base speed and 0 speed investment, you are still outspeeding everything in the hack for the most part. With a neutral nature, with a neutral nature, 130 base speed, no investment whatsoever at +1 speed with a speed boost, you're hitting 444 speed, which is outspeeding virtually everything. Only like a handful of Pokemon will outspeed you. So definitely worth running mix sets with speed boost. That's always great. Yeah, tons of incredible coverage moves. Nothing too crazy, but they have everything they need for sure. By far, they have everything they need. Physical boosting options, we have stuff like Skull Bash. Also, sorry, 120 base speed with speed boost. Yeah, so 120 base speed with no investment is at 414 with the speed boost up. So that's also incredibly fast. So you can run mixed base Sharpedo as well, with, you know, physical and special moves. Say, for example, the trainer fight coming up ahead has a Pokemon with really low physical defense that's weak to Psychic, and a Pokemon that has really low special defense that's weak to water or neutral to water. Then you would run, you know, Surf plus Psychic things or something like that. You would be also alternating between your options as needed. Not to mention, Sheer Force is on Headbutt is technically stronger than Strong Jaw. Psychic Fangs, Sheer Force boosted. Gunk Shot is stronger than Poison Fang with Strong Jaw, that kind of thing. So Sheer Force does have advantages. The main advantage, though, I would say, is just the fact that you have actual water moves with Sheer Force, while Strong Jaw doesn't boost any water moves. Not that that's bad. I mean, just Strong Jaw is incredible as Sharpedo, and I really like base Sharpedo. I low-key like base Sharpedo more than Mega Sharpedo. Design method, I feel like Mega Sharpedo is kind of over-designed. One of the worst Megas design-wise. One of the less appealing ones, in my opinion. It's a little bit excessive. Looks kind of dumb. I don't like all the yellow scars. That's just me personally, though. But base Sharpedo is super, super clean. I also love Carvanha. Carvanha's super strong. That's great for the early and mid game. For all of Akala Island, basically, in a Ulu. For all of Akala Island, you're going to have Carvanha for when you catch it, and that's really strong. 95 attack, 95 speed with Speed Boost and Strong Jaw. It can run some mix sets with certain moves, but overall, you're mostly just going to be running physical on your Carvanha. Mix sets are a lot better on Sharpedo, again, because of Nasty Plot and all this other stuff. So special sets are also great. You also have cool stuff like Focus Sash, Reversal, and Flail. That's really good. Focus Sash Reversal with Lychee Berry, for example, would be very powerful. Also just utility stuff like Taunt and Parting Shot. You do have your own forms of priority with Aqua Jet and First Impression, but I mean, First Impression is good as a TM because you can teach that whenever you need it, but to keep Aqua Jet in for that long is not really reliable. I would not recommend that because you're already very fast. You don't need that priority too much. That's just my personal opinion, because there is no move relearner. You do have to be very careful with your moves when it comes to level up moves, because you can't reteach them ever again, which is part of the strategy and part of the challenge. Skull Bash is great, though. Skull Bash gives you a +1 attack and accuracy boost, so you can actually use Power Herb Skull Bash speed boost with Power Trip. You can also use Instinct with Power Trip. Power Trip gets more power depending on how many stat boosts you have, and I actually buffed it so it gives you another +1 attack boost each time you click it. In exchange, however, it only has 3 PP because I'm not insane. 3 PP, so you can sweep half a team with Power Trip. So say, for example, you protect on that first turn, and then you I don't know, kill the opponent, all right, something simple like that, and then you will get another speed boost, and then you Mega Evolve, and then you get Instinct, and you get an attack boost. Now you're at +1 attack, +2 speed, And then you have a power trip, which becomes 80 base power, and each time you click power trip, you'll get stronger and stronger. So that's really awesome. And strong. Skull Bash can also work great with Power Trip on base Sharpedo. You don't need Instinct for that, because Power Trip Skull Bash is buffed in that it gives you, not only does it give you +1 defense on that first turn, but it also gives you +1 attack and accuracy. The accuracy boost can be very handy for moves like Surging Strikes, Wicked Blow, and Stone Edge. That's also Gunk Shot, so you can run those moves a lot more reliably, because again, like I said earlier, especially if you're doing a Nuzlocke, which is kind of what I balanced this hack around. Not that you have to play that way, but that's just what I balanced it a little bit for. Yeah, you would be absolutely screwed if you missed. You would die, so I would not recommend using that. But with Smart Strike or Skull Bash, which boost your accuracy as well, you know, you can take more advantage of your inaccurate moves. Not that you need them, because it's kind of overkill anyways. You already have really good moves without the and very good power without the inaccuracy. And of course, you can always just slap a Wide Lens on your Sharpedo if you want to use that as well, or just go crazy and not give a fuck, but a little bit risky. A lot risky. That's really about it, honestly. There's not too much else to say. Head Smash is great coverage, as well as with Stone Edge and Rock Slide and all that stuff. Sheer Force boosting moves, I'll cover all those quickly. Another thing is that you do have access to infinite usability capsules and infinite and infinite, really? Dudes, oh my god, yo. I just said infinite. Infinite and instant EV training is what I meant to say. And I'm sure if you're returning here, you are probably tired of me repeating that over and over again. But you know, it's for people who are new here. If you are new here and you listen this far, by the way, definitely hit that subscribe button, because I'm gonna wrap up in a second anyways, and it would be very helpful for me if you could do that. So thank you if you do. Yeah, I don't know. That's really about it. Oh, I did give them Hydro Cannon earlier at level 50. Hydro Cannon is great on mixed sets, because it's 150 base power and drops your special attack stat by 2. So that's incredibly strong. You know, you can use that with Instinct. You know, you can Hydro Cannon, and then you can use a physical move, and then you can U-turn out or whatever it is. So that's awesome. Yeah, that's really about it. It's just an awesome, strong Pokemon, hyper offensive Pokemon. Very little utility. It does have stuff like Parting Shot and other things that I said earlier, but especially with Speed Boost, you could totally take advantage of like a Rain Dance, Sash, U-turn, or Parting Shot set to support your team for one boss fight. So you need the Rain setup for your team or something, or the Hail. Although the Hail you would die. Never mind. But yeah, Rain Dance, you know, that could be a decent little gimmicky thing you can do if you need to set up your teammate and you, for example, if you're doing a team lock, Nuzlocke, and you only have Sharpedo on your team, you can't swap Pokemon out from the box, then you can definitely take advantage of the more utility stuff. But otherwise, you would just use something else probably if you're not doing a Nuzlocke or team lock Nuzlocke at that. Sash Rage is also pretty good, but that's earlier in the game. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it off there. You have very powerful moves on both ends, great coverage, great abilities, good stat boost all around, just a really powerful offensive Pokemon. Obviously 130 base speed with investment is very fast, or with a speed boost with no investment, either one is very fast. So speed boost is more for mixed sets with Instinct, although you can still run a max attack or max special attack, you know, not mixed set on those as well. And then Strong Draw is usually mostly, well, Strong Draw is purely physical, and then Sheer Force is obviously mixed as well. So I covered about everything. I hope you guys found this video informative or entertaining. If you did, I'll say it one more time, please consider subscribing if you didn't already. Also, make sure you drop a like and leave a comment. That would be helpful for the algorithm. Lastly, again, link in the description down below for these changes. You can look at all this yourself. Lastly, there is a Discord server linked in the description down below as well. You can join that and ask me some questions in there. You can join the community. You can download my older ROM hack in there if you're itching to play a ROM hack of mine. It's not as great as Sweltering Sun will be, but it's still a very good hack. So you can find more information about that as well. Thank you very much for listening, and goodbye.